Hi, welcome. My name is Kelly. This is a gentle flow class. Today's class is a little more dynamic than our normal gentle flow, and this is the Pawanmuktasana Series 3, where Pawanmuktasana translates from Sanskrit into wind relieving pose. So we're freeing up energy from certain areas that are being targeted by the series that we practice. Series 1 works to free up energy out of the joints. And Series 2 looks at the abdomen, functions of digestion, and of course, creating space for healing and movement. Series 3, what we're doing today, is the Shakti Bandha Series, which is just like the potential being unlocked. And this really focuses on the energy channels up the spine and toning the muscles of the pelvic and abdominal regions, as well as energizing your organs. So it's going to be a little bit lively and playful. We'll spend a lot of time seated and in a squatting position. Of course, anything can be modified because it's the energy, it's the movement that we want to focus on. So if you know you like to be supported in your squat or your seat with blankets or bolsters, please grab those. We're also going to start this practice with a little bit of warm-up, centering, and with our alternate nostril breath. If you're still trying to keep your fingers away from your face, I recommend a pair of spoons, clean, of course. You can go ahead and get those things and join me on your mat in seated. It's always nice to start with some support beneath your sit bones. Keeping your hips at or above the level of your knees is very helpful for the length and support of your spine. Once you've come into your place, your easy seat, take notice of the parts of you that are touching the floor, the surface beneath you. Let them connect deeply, and with your next inhale, draw energy up your spine, out your shoulders, and up through the crown of your head. And now on an exhale, allow that energy to be freed and the shoulders to melt down your back, the muscles in your face to grow softer. You're welcome to join me in 3 ohms to initiate our practice. You can inhale and draw the arms up overhead. Feel a nice motion coming through our bodies as the hands come together, Anjali Mudra. Knuckles of the thumbs press against the breastplate. Take a breath in and out. And now we inhale to begin. Please bring the hands back to the thighs or the knees. Reach for your clean spoons, if that's what you're using. Put the backs of the spoons together. Place them in your right hand, set them ready on your knee. And your left hand can close that circuit of energy with the first finger and thumb in Yanarchi Mudra, face up to receive energy today, and face down to send any back down into the earth if you have a little excess. Alternate nostril breathing is wonderful for centering the energies of the body and the mind, centering and balancing. Bring the spoons in front of the nose. Take an inhale and an exhale, noticing where your center is now. And then close the right nostril with your right spoon and inhale through the left, completely, gently. At the top of the breath, switch spoons and exhale through the right, completely. And then inhale the right. Switch nostrils and exhale through the left. Now remove the spoons and inhale and exhale through both nostrils. We're going to try this again with an extended exhale. We're going all the way with the 2 to 1. So if our inhale is a count of 4, our exhale will be a count of 8. We're going to try this once, and you can decide if you want to continue with it or come back to a more comfortable ratio. So in and exhale through both nostrils. Then close the right nostril and inhale through the breath, the left. 2, 3, 4. Switch and exhale right. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale right. 2, 3, 4. Switch, exhale left. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now pause and breathe through both nostrils as you decide if that was sustainable for you. We're going to do about 4 more rounds, and I encourage you to choose what works best for you. Get your spoons ready. After your next exhale, close the right nostril with your right spoon and inhale left. 2, 3, 4. Switch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale right. 2, 3, 4. Switch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In. 2, 3, 4. Switch and exhale right. Inhale right. Switch at the top and exhale left. Inhale left. Switch and exhale right. Inhale right. Switch and exhale left. One more round, inhale left. Switch and exhale right. Inhale right. Switch and exhale left. Then move your spoons aside, set them on your knee. In and exhale through both nostrils. See if you can gain a sense of calm and centering. Set your spoons aside. You can come off of your cushion. If you like a support beneath your spine or your low back, we're going to roll onto our spine. Keep your knees bent and your feet on the floor within tickling distance of your fingertips. Create a firm foundation amongst the soles of your feet, the palms of your hands, and your shoulder blades. On an inhale, press down through your foundation and roll up the spine, lifting the hips towards the ceiling. And when they've reached not quite your limit, pause for a couple of breaths and feel again into your foundation. Stabilize yourself here and recognize which muscles are being activated. And exhale, work your way back down. You're going to do this 2 more times with complete awareness. Inhale, start to lift as you push down through your foundation, feet, hands, and shoulders. Reaching the top, but not your limit. And holding here for a couple of breaths as you distribute the weight and the effort out through your foundation and the stabilizing muscles. And exhale your way back down. One more time, lift, pushing down. Feeling how easy it is for your hips to climb towards the ceiling. And now pause. If you like a full extension of bridge, you can clasp the fingers underneath your bum, and you can walk your shoulder blades in towards each other. Your chin will move towards your chest, so feel long in the spine. Even though it's extended, it's extending. So we're not just bending it, we're lengthening it. And as you push down through your feet, your hips naturally rise up. Check in with all these muscles helping you to do this. Your thighs, your hamstrings, your glutes, your abdominals, front, back, and sides. And as you push down through your feet and your shoulders, your pectorals are helping, the muscles in your shoulder group. One more deep breath here. And release the hands, walk the shoulders back out as you let your pelvis come back to the floor. Pause here and tune back in with your foundation. Grab your left shin as you draw your knee towards your chest. Not quite stretching, but mobilizing. So we're moving it around back and forth. We're just getting a sense of where we are. You can bring the knee out towards the shoulder. You can open through the abductors, and then you can roll it back in across your body, checking in with the abductors, the glute medius, and set it back down. Reach for your right knee, draw it in, maybe 80% of your stretching capacity, and work that knee out towards the shoulder, opening the hips, pelvis. Slowly work your way back across. Moving with the breath. And coming back to center. Place that foot down. Reach behind both thighs. And now we're going to rock ourselves up if that's comfortable. We're available to you. Otherwise, roll onto your side and we're just going to come up into seated. If you want to warm up through the spine, a couple of rocks back and forth. And come into a seat. Once again, if you need your hips raised up, grab your blanket. We'll keep it kind of low, but we're coming into Dandasana, the staff pose, with our legs out in front of us. And here we want a gentle stretch through our hamstrings and calves. We also, the higher that you bring your hips, the more easily that you can do this without having to bend your knees. So while we don't want our knees bent, we also don't want them to be locked. We want to maintain movement and circulation here. So let's think about, in our movements, lighting up that region that's being worked. And to start, each of these sequences have names, and this is called pulling the rope. We're going to begin on our left side. If most of you are right side dominated, this is working the other side of the brain. So the hands are on or near the knees. We're going to start with the left. And as we reach up, our gaze follows the hand. Keep the elbows straight, but again, not locked. Grab the rope and create in your mind some resistance as you pull the rope down. And then the right. Follow the gaze. The gaze follows the hand. Grab the rope. Keep the elbows straight and pull that rope back down. We can feel that our shoulders are doing this work, as well as our biceps, our grabbing muscles. So keep going. Inhale as you reach up. Exhale as you come back down. Doing about 6 on each side. So lighting up the shoulder, lighting up the arm, keeping everything else firm foundation. You might want to engage that ujjayi breath, where you constrict the back of the throat, create the sound of the ocean as you breathe in and out through the nose. Creating focus, heat, direction for the breath. Pick up the pace if you like. Just don't lose that awareness. Finish one more set. Great. Pause here. Let it loose. All that tension that you created, you can also release. Bend the knees just a little bit. Shake out the thighs. We're going to bring our legs as far wide as we can. Again, no bend in the knees. If you want to lift up the hips a little bit more, that's okay too. But here we're going to be an airplane. Okay, an airplane in the wind. The wings, they don't bend and they don't move, and the carriage stays solid. Okay, so it's actually called dynamic abdominal twists, but I like airplane better, so we're going to try it out. And on the first couple of turns, first let's twist to the right, moving in line with the arms. Just come to your limit before you compromise that twist in the spine. Inhale back to center. Exhale, the right hand comes towards center and everything moves with it. Okay, so this is your limit, and it's going to move as you warm up. Your limit's going to warm up as well. So let's keep twisting. Exhale, bringing that outward hand towards center. Inhale back to center. Okay, keep going on your own time. We'll do about 6. Breathe that ujjayi breath. Keep the spine straight, and yet feel a little more twist on each turn that you do. Relax the shoulders if you can. Keep the arms straight. Just get a little more movement, a little more play in there. Play is important. Try one more set. Great. Coming back to center. Bring the legs together. You can squeeze them to your chest if you like. A little release between each sequence is just a nice reminder for yourself that you can always push to your limits, but it's great to check in and come back. Now your feet are about hip width apart. We're gonna churn the mill, turning the mill. Clasp the fingers, hold them in front of your chest. Always keep the toes pointed towards the ceiling. That keeps your whole leg engaged. And on an exhale, come out towards your left. Extend the arms. Coming through center. Passing over the right and come back in. Bring the arms back to the hands back to the chest. Okay, pause here. Notice if you fell onto one side or the other. We want the entire foundation of our pelvis to stay in place, and our range of motion doesn't go past that. Okay, so inhale, find your foundation, your legs, your pelvis, your heels, and exhale, start to churn the middle out towards the left. Just rounding around the pelvis. Inhale back to center. And keep going. Exhale out. Inhale back in. Create some resistance if you want a little bit of strengthening in the arms. Both legs are very active in this. Just holding yourself still. Let's do one more, and then we're going to switch directions. Now exhale out to the right and around the center between your toes. Doesn't matter how far you reach. What matters is that you're doing the motion and you're keeping your firm foundation. The hands are lateral, or laterally stable, so they're not going up and down. And then do one more. And pause. Great. You can shake out your legs just a little bit. Relax it out. Now, as you might imagine, what's next, we're going to row the boat. So keeping this foundation as it is, instead of going around on one plane, we're going to stay in the middle and go up and down. So we're holding the oars. Just have a light grip around your imaginary oars. On the inhale, we're going to reach forward. And again, don't move past where your pelvis foundation is compromised. Inhale, circle down and drag along the legs and back up the body. Exhale out and inhale back up. Create as much resistance as you like in the arms and the shoulders, as though you're rowing the boat. One more. And then we're going to reverse direction. So exhale down and out. Inhale at the top, back up, back in. Exhale down and out. Inhale up and in. And feel the abdominals are going to help you as you inhale, lean back. And then the pelvis and the stabilizing legs as you lean forward. One more. Great, and pause. Shake out the legs, bring them into the chest. Now we come into some squats. This first one is called, you're gonna love it, chopping wood. So we can imagine it's all gonna be from the torso. You can do it seated if you're not into squats, but I recommend trying it because you'll get more benefit, more action. This is just enough to be stable. You want to be on your entire feet if possible. So if you just need to sit on a block, folded blanket to get your feet on the floor, go ahead and clasp the fingers. And now bring your hands to a comfortable level above the floor. And this is as low as it's going to go, because as you chop the wood, you don't want to chop the floor. You just want your hands to stop. If you don't trust it, put a cushion or a blanket there. Protect your hand. Go ahead and inhale, raise that axe. You want to broaden through the chest, relax the shoulders. You might even lift up off of your squat a little bit. And as you exhale, you're going to chop that wood and create a ha. Keep going. Inhale, broaden, feel the chest enliven, and exhale. Two more. Great. You can support yourself here. Come into kneeling. A child's pose if you need. Let the heart rate settle back to a more normal rate. Feel the enlivening that you just created up through your entire torso. Not too many yoga poses get that sort of action. It's kind of fun. Our next pose is going to be a squatting prayer. Okay, so this is the yogic squat where the feet are nice and wide. Support yourself as you need to. Elbows are between the knees, pushing in, elbows pushing out. Anjali Mudra for the hands. And this is a little bit like a cat-cow. So if you are seated or kneeling, it's a very exaggerated cat-cow with prayer hands. Okay, so as we inhale, create a little extension and lift through the spine. The head looks up, and hold a breath at the top for about 3 seconds. And as you exhale, begin to round through the spine. Point the hands forward as you lean over your knees and hold the breath out for about 3 seconds. Inhale, draw back in, create lift and extension as you work your way back up into a squatting cow. Hold at the top. Exhale, roll it out. Reach through the hands. Hold the breath out. Inhale, draw back up. Looking up or forward. Exhale as you look down. Inhale back up. Going a little bit taller and longer with each movement. And exhale back out. Inhale again. Knees and elbows pressing together. Hold the breath. Exhale, release. A rounded, long spine. Exhale, hold the breath. Bring it back in for one more. And exhale, release. Back in. Bring yourself into a wide-kneed child's pose. Toes to touch. Whatever supports you need to be able to relax the shoulders, to relax the hips. Maybe a blanket behind your knees. Maybe a cushion underneath your torso. Or a blanket beneath your forehead. Allow everything to settle onto the surface. So your next inhale, walk your hands back towards your yourself as you lift up into seated. Make your way into a squat one more time. Not one more time, we've got more. This is like a hopping frog, but we're not hopping. And so if you just want to be in a supported squat, it's gonna look like this, where we'll inhale up to stand and fold. You can keep the knees as bent as you need to, and then exhale, we come back down. And if you want a little bit more of a stretch, a little bit more of a challenge, then grab beneath it the insoles of your feet in your squat. But wherever you are, it's all about the motion. It's all about what gets you there. So again, come back to your firm foundation, your feet, your hands, length and strength in your spine, broad, relaxed shoulders, and let your neck be in line with your spine. Are you able to breathe a full abdominal breath? Take an inhale and exhale. Lift your pelvis, create a stretch, and hold on the exhale. Inhale back down. Hold on the inhale. Exhale back down. Inhale. Exhale up. Hold on the out breath. Inhale, squat. Hold on the inhale. And one more. Hold on the exhale. Hold on the inhale. Pause here. We're going to do the same thing, but we're going to switch up the breath. So as we inhale, we come to a fold, a standing forward fold, and exhale back to a squat. Take a breath. And when you're ready, inhale, up. Exhale back down. Hold it on the out breath. Inhale up. Hold on the in breath. Exhale down. Hold on the out breath. Inhale up. Hold on the in breath. Hold on the out breath. And hold. And hold. One more. And hold. And hold. Great. Release that. This time, come into a knees together child's pose. It's in your practice, whatever way that supports you, to allow yourself to sink down onto or towards your thighs, to fill the entire abdomen and core with the breath. Massaging the organs as the breath comes in and out. Allow the shoulders to drape around the knees and relax towards the earth. And allow the thoughts to settle and drift out through the third eye center into the surface beneath your forehead. On your next inhale, walk yourself back up to seated. Really, we're going to come into another squat. Again, it's It's about the motion, but we're going to take it as far as we can and modify back to what's good for you. So here we are in a squat with either your full feet or just your toes on the earth. And this is called the crow walk. So if you can imagine, we're going to start with the left foot and kind of crow walk that left foot forward. And as it moves forward, the right knee comes down. If you're seated, just put your right knee down. Now shift your weight to your left foot, either the whole foot or just the toes, and step the right foot forward, putting the left knee down. So if you're seated, just put your left knee down, or supported squat. Okay. Now I want you to try a couple more steps if you're already stepping. Okay, so shift your weight to the right, move the left foot, and put the right knee down. And then once more with the right, put the left knee down. And then you just might want to turn around and go back across, or keep walking across your floor, whatever's working for you. So shift to the left foot, right knee comes down. Right foot forward, left knee comes down. Left foot forward, right knee comes down. Right foot forward, left knee comes down. We're going to do 2 more on each foot. I need to turn around. Left foot comes forward, right knee down. Right knee forward, right foot forward, left knee down. Left foot forward, right knee down. And then right foot forward, left knee down. Awesome. Please come onto your backs, and we're just going to pause in Shavasana. So as in Pawanmuktasana Series 2, we learned how to engage and then release over a series of poses and actions. So here we really engaged. We used a lot of muscles we don't normally use in a way that we don't normally use them. And we're immediately coming into a Shavasana, relaxation, to feel that contrast of effort and ease, where you let as many muscles as you can systematically relax. Tune in with the breath to normalize the physiological response to engagement. Feel heavy in the parts of you that are touching the earth. And then work your way from your feet up your body with a body scan, using your mind's eye and your senses to gauge how relaxed are your feet, ankles, calves, knees, thighs, pelvis, spine, organs, chest, shoulders, upper arms, forearms, back to the hands, the neck and the head, and then the facial muscles. And if you find tension, can you send the breath to that space and fill it with energy, freedom of movement, and ease? And as you exhale, can you release that tension? Try this for a few more breaths, scanning and sending your energy of intention for relaxation. Your next inhale, bring some energy into your fingers and toes. And your next inhale, bring your arms and legs together. Begin to work yourself onto one side. Prepare for our next pose. After 2 breaths, you can push yourself up into seated. And here again, whether you're starting in a squat or whether you're seated with your knees bent, what we want to do is first bring our left foot alongside. So the knees on the floor in front of us, the inside of the left foot is on the floor. And that right knee is close into our body. This is going to be a very pelvic opening spinal twist, abdominal twist, really. When the left hand goes onto the left knee, the right hand pulls the right knee towards us as we inhale, lifting through the spine, and exhale, twisting around the spine, pulling ourselves closer to our right thigh. Okay, so the left hand still pushing on the left knee. Take one more breath. Exhale onto the right side. Work your way back to center. Bring the left foot up, rest it on the floor. Right knee goes along, right thigh goes alongside. Inside of the right foot is on the floor. Right hand to right knee. Left hand to left knee. Inhale and lengthen as you exhale toward that left leg, bringing the thigh close to the abdomen into the thigh. Each inhale lengthens, each exhale brings a little bit of a twist. Don't forget to push down through that right knee. There's a lot of action going on here. One more breath. Massaging the abdominal organs and muscles. Inhale back to center. We're going to do this 2 more times on each side. Right foot up in front of you. Left leg down alongside. Inside of the left foot on the ground. Left foot on the knee. Right hand bringing the knee towards the thorax, and the thorax begins to work its way into the thigh as we work through the breath to come into length, and then into a twist, and then into length, and into a twist. Don't forget to push down that right knee with that left knee with the left hand. Relax the shoulders if you can. And then inhale your way back to center. Left knee up. Right leg out to the side. Right hand on the knee. As you inhale, grow long and tall. And exhale, begin to push the thigh into the thorax, and the thorax into the thigh. Inhale to center. Exhale to twist. Inhale up the center, and exhale to twist. One more time. And then one more set. Right foot up, left thigh down. This time, as you work your way into a twist, imagine once you get into your twist that you're expelling all of the air on the exhale, gently but fully. And at the end of your exhale, hold for 3 to 5 counts. and then come back to center. Right thigh out. Left thigh in. Hands to knees. One's pushing and one's pulling. Work your way up and around into your twist. And on your next exhale, exhale fully, completely, yet gently. Holding the breath out at the bottom for 3 to 5 counts. And working your way back to center. Both feet on the ground. Hug the knees to the chest. Couple of deep breaths. Draw it in close. Use your arms to bring your legs in and then relax the thighs. And you can bring this onto your back and do the same thing. Pulling onto your spine. Adjust your pelvis and your shoulders. And bring the knees to the chest, giving them a big hug. Rocking from side to side. Bringing the arms out towards the shoulders if you need to. If you like a happy baby, you can grab the insides of your feet and bring them up towards the ceiling as your knees come down towards the earth. Rock back and forth, keep it dynamic, keep things flowing. Use the breath to rock yourself back and forth. Settle your sacrum into the floor, your shoulder blades into the floor. Great, and release the feet back onto the floor. We're going to do one more twist just to work the kinks out of our legs and our pelvis. Cross the left leg over the right. Your arms can come out to a T and let the knees fall to your right. Keep your left shoulder blade on the earth. Feel a nice stretch along your left side as you twist from left shoulder over to left knee. And spend the next couple of breaths finding an optimal stretch for your neck. So you can look over your left hand, you can look up to the sky, or over to your right hand. Working the kinks out of your neck. Working different twists of your spine. Make sure that your left thigh is relaxed. Your right hip is comfortable against the earth. Then your next exhale, exhaling completely, all the air coming out, and see how deep you can get your stretch to settle into the earth. Holding it out for 3 to 5 counts. And then inhaling back, knees towards the sky, uncrossing the feet. Center yourself for just a moment. Readjust your sacrum, your shoulders, your neck. And cross your right knee over your left. Arms out to a T. Make sure your right shoulder is connecting with the earth as your knees come to the left. You only have one left knee, most likely. And feel that stretch now along your whole right side. Shoulder to hip, out to the thigh. Settle into this space. For the next couple of breaths, finding a nice stretch and movement through your neck. Checking back in with your mind's eye on your left hip, your right thigh, your shoulders. Now focus on your breath. On your next exhale, allow the breath to completely leave the lungs and the tension in this pose, and let everything sink down towards the earth. And at the end of the exhale, hold out for 3 to 5 counts. We're inhaling, and then bringing the knees back up to center, uncrossing the legs, working your way into a Shavasana. The most anatomically neutral position that we can give ourselves is Shavasana, where the feet are out to the corners of the mat and toes flop out to the side. Adjusting the pelvis so that the lower spine, that lumbar curve, is supported. And then drawing the shoulder blades towards the center and down towards the pelvis to open the chest. Relax the shoulders and allow the arms to open with the palms face up, arms away from the body. And then we adjust the head so that the neck and its curve are optimally supported as well. We turn our attention to the breath as it enters and leaves, and it becomes more gentle. We lose that ujjayi breath, and we come to a much quieter, relaxed motion. We recognize that the mind continues to move as the body lies still. And we can watch the thoughts pass in front of us like rabbits hopping through the yard. And we can come back to the breath, watching it flow in and out. It's the most centering thing the mind can do, and the quickest way to connect it with the body. Maybe we notice that the exhales grow longer than the inhales. And maybe as this happens, our heart rate slows and tension begins to leave areas of the body. You can always do another body scan, the mind's eye, beginning in the feet and working your way up, offering the breath to any places of discomfort or tension, or that simply want attention. Everything exists to be seen, and if you can just see it and offer it some compassion, The discomfort may pass. You're welcome to stay in Shavasana for as long as you like, knowing that you can come back to this pose anytime. Knowing that you can bring these techniques to this pose or to any position that you find yourself in, needing a little comforting, a little tension easing. You can use the breath. You can use your mind's eye. And you can always use compassion to bring yourself back to a state of centeredness and wholeness. Creating space for healing, for growth, and whatever else that you'd like to cultivate in your life, in your day, and in your moment. If you are ready to move on with your day, I invite you to use the breath to draw energy and movement into your next few motions. Always rolling on to the side before coming up and offering yourself those 2 breaths of pause and stillness, perhaps contemplation, or maybe just processing and allowing, and then pushing yourself up into a comfortable seat and honoring that space that you've created, the practice that you've committed yourself to. And all of the wellness that you are wanting for yourself in your life. Thank you for joining us for another practice of yoga. Namaste.